there was some sort of thirst that was quenched during those fasting days. It was a mango shake. In relation to HIV in ViiV, where do we start and where are we headed in terms of education?
So we start with the ViiV. The ViiV is showing people that this is Doreen living with HIV and just living a normal, healthy life. Then we educate.
Right.
And the education basically come from our own lived experience as people living with HIV. And that is why now, when it comes to the whole HIV in ViiV conversation, the education aspect is coming from us, because this is our reality. It's not just the story, it is us. And when people say, how have you managed to take ARVs for 18 years? I'm like, it was not easy. At one point I stopped. So the education starts from, I have been through this part. I have felt the way you felt. I have felt less loved. But what I decided to do was take care of me first, and then everybody else will follow.
From my region, most of the people who reach out to me have this very heavy aura of self-pity. Like, they blame themselves because they are HIV positive.
Yeah.
Like, they have this, they have lost hope that they can still continue living. They lost hope that they can still continue studying or working.
Yeah.
And I think the first step is making them understand that how they view themselves actually impacts how they move on with their life without the heavy burden of that self-stigma. I think that's really important. Like, looking at themselves at the mirror and say that this is me. HIV is part of me, but HIV does not define me, and I will continue living, and I have control over my life. In my region, for example, if they are not accepted because of their HIV status, they will feel bad because it's their fault. Like, for my part, I will always tell them, if I am in your position, if I disclose my HIV status and that person don't like me, the problem is with them. Because they have not understood me fully. They have not understood HIV. I will not spend time with that person who's not willing to understand HIV and myself.
We need to also educate our audience on disclosure. And it's not just about disclosure to people who are potential dates or anything of that sort, but disclosure in terms of family, of friends, because people lose friends because of a HIV diagnosis. People lose family members because of that. So it's more of us building their confidence that the person who needs to be okay with your status is you, and life does not stop. I feel like the one thing we need, even out of this collaboration, is to show other people living with HIV that life does not stop and end at your HIV diagnosis. There is life every day. Life is happening, and you have to embrace that part because a lot of people tend to start blaming the HIV diagnosis, and they're like, if I was not HIV positive, I'd be married by now, I'd have kids by now, I'd be doing my dream job by now. And I feel like this is a narrative I hope to change as time goes by. Yeah, like in the last 8 years, I have done it in one way or another, and I feel like this is a bigger space to continue with the change, that you are not your diagnosis. That is the message to me.
I think like 5 of us, we're coming from different experiences, different regions, different life experiences. But I think what's most important is when we come together, the people living with HIV see themselves in us, and then we see ourselves in them. And I think that's a good way of interacting, communicating about HIV in ViiV.
Yeah.